We got Daniel Weichel back here on the program. Who's going to be taking on Goiti Yamauchi coming up here at Bellator 210 on November 30th. Daniel, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great, thank you. And as always, it's a pleasure to be in your show.
The pleasure's all mine. Always great catching up with you. First, before we talk about anything, how is the little one doing? How's fatherhood going these days?
Very, very good. I'm really enjoying it. This Saturday, it's her first birthday. So we flying over on Sunday. So I'm very happy to experience the first birthday with her and then having a big fight coming up.
Is she kind of getting to that age now where stuff's starting to happen pretty quickly? I know when my son turned 1, he just immediately walked, literally on his birthday. And I don't know if you're seeing things like that with her, coming up to her first birthday.
Yeah, she's already walking around like crazy. And what she really started is like kind of dancing. She's hopping around. When music gets started somewhere, she's like immediately start bouncing, and I can't say it puts a smile on my face right away.
Yeah, you could be having the worst day ever, but when you see your kid, just being in their element, it really makes all the difference. But anyways, people want to watch this interview because we got to talk about some fights. When did you find out about this matchup? Because I'm on social media. I see that not only are you fighting on this card, but you're fighting at lightweight. How did this all come together?
After my last fight, and also in general, I always said that I want to be more active. And especially after my last fight, I said to my manager, I said, hey, I want to fight more often. And, honestly, to me, it doesn't matter. Lightweight, featherweight, I just want to stay active and do what I love the most, and that's fighting. And yeah, then Bellator came up with a matchup, and I was very happy, and I'm looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So if I'm hearing you correctly, you still are open to going back down to featherweight, after this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I naturally feel like a featherweight. I really feel that I have that great power and speed. But at the end of the day, I'm a fighter and I want to fight. And this is. I don't really see it as a new experience. It's a fight, and I'm perfectly prepared for that one. And I'm going into the fight with great confidence.
You're coming off that split decision over Patricio Pitbull in the rematch. When it went to the judges' scorecards, did you think you had the fight? What was your assessment of your performance in that fight?
It was a tough fight, and I knew it was kind of close. I know 2 rounds were in my hands and 2 on Pitbull, and all came together to, I think it was the first round that was very, very close. I think I'm lightly won that round, but it's a championship fight, and at the end of the day, you have to. I think I would have to dominate the champion more to get that belt.
Is there anything you take away from that performance that you bring into this fight? Anything that you learned?
Absolutely. I always try to learn from every fight, no matter if it's a win or the loss. But I know that it maybe comes down to the first round. It shows me that it doesn't matter which round it is. There is no getting into a fight. It's like you have to start right away. You can't take that time and maybe pay at the end. That's also something that I try to implement in my training. I want to push right away from the first round, not having my mind, okay, it's a 5-round fight. Of course, you have to be physically ready to compete in a 5-round fight, but you always have to put the pressure. You always have to make clear that you run round or either go so hard for submission or to finish the fight.
How do you feel like you match up against him?
I feel very good. I feel very confident. He was also in the tournament when I started fighting for Bellator. So I started watching him almost 4 years ago. And I always had an eye on him. And somewhere I knew one day we will collide. We will have a fight. And I'm watching him, and I respect him as I respect any fighter. But I see holes in his game, and I think I'm the more well-rounded fighter, and I think I got all tools to beat him.
How different is this training camp with the fact that you don't have to cut those extra 15 pounds? I know you like cheeseburgers. I know you're not having any of those during camp, but it still must be nice not to have to focus so much on the cut.
Yeah, it is. It's really a bit different because I can have a little bit bigger portions. I like to eat healthy, so I really eat almost the same stuff that I eat when I cut down to 145, but I can have a little bit more every now and then, and that really feels good. I feel an extra bit of energy. I feel I'm recovering maybe a little bit better, but all over it feels very, very good.
Anything different in terms of training partners? Is it just the usual cast of characters? Yvonne Buchinger, your typical training partners?
Yeah, MMA Spirit, the whole crew is there to support me and to get me ready for the fight. And yeah, also I was in training camp with Max Koga, who prepared for the PFL tournament.
That's right. I talked to him about that. I remember that.
You talked to him as well. Yeah, I know. And also for Christian Eckelin, who had a fight a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I was with him also preparing. So I was constantly in training camp.
And this fight's in the United States. Do you prefer to fight over there, or would you prefer to fight closer to home? I know Bellator's still got to make a stop in Germany. I don't know what's going on. They do all these international shows, but they seem to miss it every year.
Sooner or later, they have to stop in Germany. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm enjoying both. I'm enjoying fighting in Europe because friends, family can come over to watch, but also enjoy the atmosphere in the United States. It's both as I really like the experience. I like to experience to meet new people, go to new places. So all the traveling and all the connection with new people all around the world, it's a pleasure to me.
Who's going to be cornering you in this fight?
It will be the same guys in my corner, like my coach Mohammed Wali for striking, my training partner Dennis, and Niels also in my corner. Yeah, like the same.
Yeah,
team,
keeping
like
it the same, right? Yeah, exactly. Keep it business as usual. How do you see the fight unfolding on November 30th?
Like I said, I want to put the pressure right away. I want to stay focused, play my distance game, and from there on, I will create holes. And yeah, when I see the hole, I will try to put the pressure more and more, and try to finish that fight inside the 15 minutes.
You mentioned wanting to stay more active. Assuming you come into this fight healthy with not a lot of bumps and bruises, and I know the holiday season's coming up, but are you looking at that January 26th card? It seems like they're really stacking the deck with that one. They have the heavyweight title fight with Fedor and Bader. They've got the middleweight title fight with Mousasi and Lovato Jr. That seems like they're going to really stack the deck with that one at the Forum. Is that a card you'd be interested in fighting on?
Absolutely. Also, January would be a good time distance to fight again, but really for now I try to focus on that fight. And in general, I like to stay active. When I'm healthy, I'm in training. I love the sport, so when I have no injuries, I will be on the mats no matter what. So when I'm December back on the mats, I can fight in January, no problem.
How many more fights do you have on your contract?
To be honest, I don't have it in my mind right now.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's more up to your management. But it is a few more fights, I would think, because I believe you signed a new deal recently, did you not?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. What are you going to be doing on the airplane? Are you going to be watching movies or going for a nap? What would I find you doing? And how long is that flight from Oklahoma to Germany?
It's quite a bit. I think it's around 11, 12 hours, something like that. Yeah, I will check some movies. When I know you like to talk about movies, and I haven't seen Deadpool yet, but I haven't seen Deadpool before I flew over with Max to his last fight. And then in the plane, I could watch Deadpool 1 and 2, and it was a very good entertainment for that flight. So I hope to be lucky this time as well.
Yeah, you got to come prepared. Daniel, always a pleasure, man. I always enjoy catching up with you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Guys, you can find me on Twitter, it's Daniel Weichel. On Instagram, it's Daniel Weichel. On Facebook, Daniel Drake Weichel. And I want to thank you, my amazing fans, for all the support. And of course, I want to thank my sponsors and my team, MMA Spirit, Olymp Germany, Fight Nature, and Allianz Vollflash Insurance. I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't do what I'm love to do without you guys. Thanks a lot.